Hello neighbor, this is Curt with eTrailer, and today we're taking a look at the Thule WingBar Evo, and we're going to see how it fits and how it installs on our 2025 Toyota Corolla. Now, a roof rack is an excellent way to be able to carry that extra cargo that you either don't want with you inside the vehicle or it simply won't fit. You'll have things like roof boxes, bike racks, kayak carriers, ski and snowboard carriers, baskets, all of which you can use to carry that extra cargo to and from your destination. Now the WingBar Evo is an aero style bar, meaning it's got a little bit of an elliptical shape. It's going to be wider in the front with a blade shape in the back, and what that's going to do is help vibration and road noise and just give you an overall quieter ride with these on there, much more so than a square or a round bar. They are 53-inch bars that you can use with either a clamp mounted accessory, or the end cap will pop up and you can mount T-track accessories as well up here through this weather stripping. Now, this roof rack is going to offer a 165-pound carrying capacity. However, you always want to double check your owner's manual and see what the vehicle roof carrying capacity is. Whichever of those numbers is lower, that is going to be your maximum weight. It's also an overhanging crossbar. So unlike a flush set of bars where the bar will dead end into the tower and kind of force you to mount things toward the middle, an overhang bar gives us a lot more bar space, and depending on the weight, we could have the opportunity to load things up more side by side with each other. The downside to it, though, is that this is a very low roof, being a sedan, so anything overhanging is going to be sticking out. Now, it doesn't stick out wider than the car itself, but if you're reaching into a window, you might want to be aware of that. Also, getting in and out of the vehicle, while for the most part, when people get out of the car, they're going out and up. I'm not really feeling like I'm going to hit my head on this or anything, but you do want to end up keeping it in mind. Now on the Corolla, we do have a bit of a fixed mounting point, so we're not free to kind of move the bars front and back or closer or further apart as we would want. So let's take a look and see exactly where these end up. So we're going to take a measurement of our crossbar spread, which is going to be center of one T-track to the center of the other. And we're right at 28.5 inches. Now that's an important number to know because every rooftop accessory is going to have a minimum and maximum crossbar spread that you can use it with. 28.5 puts us right in a window where most rooftop accessories are going to fit on here just fine. The other thing we're going to take a look at is how much room do we have underneath our bar. Underneath our bar, we're sitting at 2.5 inches, so plenty of room to get those clamp mounted accessories around, and also if we're putting anything up on top of here, we're also going to end up clearing this antenna in the back easily as well. And the last thing we want to take a look at is our height. How much height is this adding to the vehicle? And it's going to add approximately 4 inches to the top of your vehicle. So if you're worried about vehicle height with your accessories mounted up on here, however tall your accessories are with the vehicle height, add that 4 inches, you'll get your overall vehicle height. Now, installation of these is actually really simple. You really don't need a tape measure or any other tools other than the one that Thule provides. So stick around, we'll show you exactly how we got these on the roof of our Corolla. The first thing that you want to do when it comes to the install is just make sure you've got all your parts laid out to where they should go. So we're going to be putting together the rear bar. We have the front bar already installed. So if you look at your instructions, it'll tell you exactly what clamp number and pad number you need depending on the side of the vehicle and which bar you're on. So since we're doing the second bar, on the driver's side it calls for pad number 668, and that'll be stamped on your foot pad right there in the bottom corner. And it calls for our passenger side to be number 669. Now these are side specific and very specific on where they want them placed because they are contoured to fit the roof, giving us a level surface to put items up on our crossbars. The rear bar is also going to call for clamp number 390, which you'll see stamped at the top right here. So the first thing I want to do is take my wing bar and I'm going to turn it over on its back just like this. I'm going to go ahead and remove the end cap. And I'm going to take my tower. Now, before I put it on the bar, I want to get it all put together. So the first thing I'll do is take my pad, number 668, This is the correct pad for the driver's side. And I'm just going to push this down until it's securely on the bottom of the tower. And once that's in place, I'm going to take my clamp and I'm going to go ahead and snap it in just like so. Now while we're here, I want to give you a visual here. On our clamps, we've got this tab here. Now when we get it over to the vehicle, on the Corolla, there is a space for this tab to go into, and that's what's going to tell us where our crossbars need to go. So next thing we do is take our tower, and with the clamp side facing outward on the bar, we're going to go ahead and line up these tabs to go right through here like a T-slot. So we're just going to work those on. We'll slide it right on to there. Now in your instructions on the second bar, it's going to give you a measurement. And for the back bar, the measurement is 29.5. And that measurement has to do with how far apart our towers are. So under each wing bar, there is a scale right here. It might be a little difficult to read these numbers, but that is going to be our indicator on where this needs to go. So at 29.5, we're going to line it up to that line there, and we'll be doing the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to just keep it in place, and I'm going to slide my tower over, make sure I keep it where I need it. And once that's in place, I'm going to be able to replace my end cap, and we're going to repeat this process for the passenger side. Now inside the door seam here in both the first and second row, we're going to find this little space here, a little hole. Now there might be a rubber plug in it that you'd want to take out, but that little tab that was on our clamp that I showed you earlier, that is where it's going to go. So you don't really have to measure your crossbar spread. On the Corolla here, it's going to tell you exactly where we need to place that crossbar. Now, with the wider portion of the bar facing front and the blade part of the bar facing the rear, we're going to go ahead and feed it right over our vehicle. We're just going to be careful on the other side of our clamp there. Just kind of make sure it gets around where it needs to go. Once you've gone back and forth enough and it starts to feel really tight, you're eventually going to get a pop out of your tool, just like that. This is a torquing tool, so that is going to let you know that we have this tightened down according to the Thule standards. And we're going to go ahead and give it the old shake test here, make sure nothing's moving around or anything. This is on here really, really solid. So once everything's set, the only thing you have left to do is put on your tower covers. Now before I do that, I just want to point out here that when you purchase this Thule Roof Rack out of the box, you're going to end up with a plastic lock core like this. However, through Thule's one key system, you can get lock cores for all 4 of your towers, have them all keyed alike, and get them keyed alike to your other Thule accessories. But for now, we're going to use this with our flathead, and all we'll need to do is put the tabs in up at the top. It'll clip down into place. I'll go ahead and lock it, and that'll secure our towers. So that's a look at the installation of the Thule WingBar Evo on our 2025 Toyota Corolla. Now, if after watching this video you've still got some questions, or you've gone ahead and purchased the WingBar Evo and you've got some experiences to share, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. We'd love to share your story with other neighbors so they can make the best decision for themselves. Once again, this is Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.